This conference will now be recorded.
Right. So before we proceed further, just let us have a quick recap of what we had done in the past three sessions. So just a minute, everybody. Please wait. So first, to begin with, the very first day I was telling about the goal of the training program, how you learn the complete SD module, and how you get the understanding of cross functionalities. I was giving you all a brief understanding, right? Now, moving forward, the very second day, I was talking about the sales cycle, how the sales flow in a company in generally. So, when you understand the sales cycle, you'll get the clarity about how you set up order to cash O2C, and to generate the sales cycle process, to customize the sales cycle process, to set up the sales cycle process in SAP. That is the complete concept of SD module. So you are going to customize the complete SD module, which allows you to O2C. That is what I was written. So for this, the cross functionalities, how FI module, how production planning module, how materials management module, how warehouse management module is also included in customizing the SD module of some part, so that you get to see the complete O2C process I was explaining, right? This is our day two. Now, in the end of day two session, I was also telling that is when we start the project, we have taken example of client Grasim, which is in textile. So when the SAP consultants was interacting with Grasim, how we start the project I was explaining. So we divide the company's infrastructure into two parts. I said main data, that is master data, transactional data, that is your sales, shipping, billing. So this was our day two session, and day three yesterday I had started writing the infrastructure of the Grasim as a company. To begin with, the first and foremost, you can say first and foremost topic, you can say the first and foremost setting, you can say the base customizing, you can say. Okay, so I was written this on the board, started yesterday, followed by we'll continue the next levels now. Okay, just a minute. Please wait. Okay, so I was writing this on the board for you all yesterday. Of the same, we'll see how to set up in the system as we go, but still we got few more things to be organized. So let's see now. So here, just a minute. In the end, I was guiding you yesterday to take the Skype ID and new meeting link and all. Let me erase them. Please wait. Okay, so here what I was explaining yesterday, I was talking about the company code, plant, storage location, warehouse, sales organization, distribution, division, sales area, sales office, sales group, right? So I was giving all the information about these briefly yesterday. I was giving you all understanding company how it fits into Grassel. So everybody, you might have gone through yesterday's recording which was shared. No problem if you have not gone through also. Now today after the class you can go through yesterday's and today's recording parallelly so that you will get understanding of how it. So Ravi, I'm going to send. Yesterday was not there, so I'm going to send you yesterday's recording so that you can go through after the class yesterday's and today's in parallel. Okay, so don't worry on that. So I was giving you an understanding company where it fits in, company code about sales organization, distribution, division, plant, storage. We was discussing all this yesterday, right? Now moving forward, yesterday I was giving you a brief understanding about the sales cycle. Sorry, sales area, right? So how the sales area works, you need to understand now. So in entire SD module, sales area play a vital role. How I'll tell you. Sales organization plus distribution plus division is all about sales area, right? Sales organization, distribution and division is all about the sales area. Now in between, sometimes the screen will get refreshed. So if the display is gone, don't worry. I'll pause at that time. Now the display is getting refreshed. So kindly wait everybody. So I'm not writing anything, I'm just speaking. So sales organization plus distribution channel plus division is equal to sales area. So when I say sales area, the identification of the sales transaction is through sales area. The customer going to an outlet where it can be a distribution channel, it can be a dealer, it can be a wholesaler, it can be a web store. So this is all about the point of this is all about the point of the clarity of the outlet. It can be through online store, through offline store, through direct source, right? So this is located where in a sales location geographically. That is sales organization. You have been for what? For a product line. The combination of sales org plus distribution plus division forms your sales area. All right. So understand this logic, everybody. So sales org plus distribution plus division forms the sales area. I say that is what I have been written here. That is what I have been written. Sales organization plus distribution plus division forms sales area. Now, who tells which combination to be? Sales organization plus distribution plus division is all about sales area, I said. But who tells this combination? Client. Right, everybody? Client will tell about this combination. Okay. So during the live project, in which outlet, what product line to be, it is all told by the client. It's not you or I who decides. So here what I am telling, how the client will ask the requirement, I am been showing with an explanation. All right. So do understand this point, please. So here, sales organization plus distribution plus division form the sales area. So in the sales location geographically, it through online store, the denim based products are permittable, and also the cotton based products. Through the sales location geographically, through online, even the general products. So all the product lines are activated here. But if you see through south only, through offline store, cotton and denim based. Two sales areas. No general products. So here we got three sales areas. Here we got two only. Why general is not in the stores? Company is not organized. Company, they don't have that particular stock movement through the offline store. That's the reason they are not maintaining that stock. Normally we see when we go for shopping, right? What all we want to buy, some products may not be available in the store. He says, sir, that stock you can see only through online store. All right. So understand the point here. The combination, for example, through direct sales team. In south, through direct sales, only cotton, and in south through direct only denim. Two, no general. After some time, they may also activate general product line to offline store also. Any channel can be closed, paused, reopened. ఈరోజు అమ్మట్లేరు, రేపు అమ్ముదాం అనుకుంటారు. ఈరోజు అమ్ముతున్నారు, రేపు అమ్మొద్దు అనుకుంటారు. సో ఎనీథింగ్ కెన్ బి manageable. Nothing is permanent, right? So sales org plus distribution plus division forms your sales area. Understand this logic, everybody. Okay. So understanding the logic is very, very important. Done. Now, combination of this all forms your sales area. That is what have been written here, right? Now, this sales area to be assigned to an office. That is your sales office. What is sales office? Sales office is all about the workstation. Sir, what is workstation? It can be your corporate office, it can be your regional office, it can be zonal office. Okay, so a sales office is a virtual place. ఇప్పుడు ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మనం ఒక ప్రోడక్ట్ కొనాలంటే ఒక అవుట్లెట్ వెళ్తాం, బట్ ఆ అవుట్లెట్స్ అన్ని మేనేజ్ చేసేది ఒక సేల్స్ టీమే కదా. వాళ్ళు ఒక ప్రెమిసెస్ లో కూర్చొని ఆపరేట్ చేసే ప్రెమిసెస్ ఏమంటాం మనము? బ్రాంచ్ ఆఫీస్ అంటాము, ఒక రీజనల్ ఆఫీస్ అంటాము, సేల్స్ ఆఫీస్ అంటాం. సో what I mean to say is sales office is all about the workstation where the employees will sit and operate the company's sales location. I say sales office headquarters Hyderabad. The entire South got the headquarters located in Hyderabad. So office Hyderabad. So who operate this office? The people, the employees. That is your sales team. Under sales office, we have sales group or salesperson. Both mean the same. A group of people or an individual. A team name or a person name. I say Mr. John. I say Mr. Ram. However, you can spell. So if you all see over here, an employees work for an office. Office manage an area, that is a territory, to generate the sales process. And the stock will be sourced from the plant, which is organized in the storage location in the company. And when the sale happened in this sales location, payment made, it will hit the finance book, that is company code. Okay, now we have another 2 points to be understandable. What are they? That is all about storage location we have made. It is all about 2 points here. One is shipping point. Shipping point is connected to the plant, and another is warehouse. Okay, so when I say warehouse, it is all about the understanding of the external stock point. Warehouse is all about the understanding of external stock point, right? So here I've written what? Within the plant storage location. Warehouse outside the plant. So understand this difference. See, immediately after the goods are manufactured, where you maintain the stock is storage location. After the goods are manufactured, you move on the stock to various convenient points near to the outlets of the company, that is warehouse. Normally, when we go for a shopping, the store person say, "Sir, madam, please be seated. I'll get the stock from godown, stockyard, warehouse, all mean the same." So in the store, how many they'll maintain? They'll maintain few pieces. If you want more, they need to bring it from the godown. So that is the concept of warehouse. So warehouse is a external convenient point where the stock is maintained in order to meet the immediate requirement of the outlets, that is distribution channels or dealers or wholesalers or retailers, how the way the company is organized with the name. Okay, done. Now watch me the flow. I'm going to write the lining now. So Mr. John or Ram work for an office operating a sales area to bring in the business to the company. When the sale is happening, they pull the stock from this warehouse to deliver the stock to the customer, which is sourced from this plant, which is organized in this storage location, which has been transported through the shipping point. When the customer made the payment, it will hit the finance book of Rations India Private Limited because it is India operations. So how the information is flowing from down to up. Companies like your central system, and rest all is your parts organs of your body. Every organ got its own identity, right? So financial body is your central identity of the infrastructure of the operations. It can be a location specific. I say India, and this is all about the infrastructure of India operations. All right, everybody. So that's all about the clarity of understanding how this all works. Now, when we interact with Grasims as a company during the live project, how they tell, how they are organized, I've been explaining to you since yesterday. And out of the explanation, what I'm explaining, I'm making you understand how they are organized, and that we are seeing and we are writing in the system as it is as a hierarchy. Now, this hierarchy we need to start set up in the system. All right. So kindly understand, please, everybody. So now here, once the SAP system is being set up in your laptop or desktop, it cannot be on mobile. Don't expect that level. So once you get the SAP server set up, you will find an icon like this, SAP GUI icon. Just click on the icon, double click on the icon. If you are on the desktop, it may place over here, or if you made an icon on the bottom, you'll get an icon at the bottom. So if you're using a Windows laptop, you'll get SAP GUI for Windows, or if you're using a MacBook, you'll get a SAP GUI for MacBook. That is Java. Okay. So here I have many servers for various purpose. Whichever server is been given access to you, you select the respective server and say login. Say continue. So this is called SAP GUI. Just a minute. This is called SAP GUI, a graphical user interface, which allows you how to log into the SAP screen. So when you are saying here, you log into the SAP system, it is through GUI. It can be a functional consultant, it can be a technical consultant, it can be an administrator, it can be a end user. Anybody who want to log into the SAP screen, they log in through the GUI only. It's like your gate to get into the premises. Okay, so fine. Now here you got to give your username. First, you need to understand the concept of the client. What is client? Second, you need to understand the concept of username. Third, you need to understand the concept of password. Fourth, you need to understand the concept of language. So, client is what? For example, we have multiple job roles like developer, tester, functional consultant, end user, admin. Okay, admin. So everybody need to log into the SAP system only, right? అందరూ SAP system లాగిన్ అవ్వాలి. So everybody will not log in with one client. The developer got his own client. Normally, during the live project, you may see the client numbers in 500 SQL or 700 SQL. Any number. So I take for example 500. 501 development client, 502 testing client, 503 functional client, 505 the end user client, and 500 as admin client. So when you log in through a respective client, what activities you do log in through your client, that will not have an impact in another client. See, I'll give you one simple example. Think about your laptop or desktop. When you install OS, operating system install చేసిన తర్వాత, you can create users. You create a user for yourself. You create one more user for your brother or sister. So when you log in with your username, what activity you do, that is with respect to your username only. Then your brother or sister when log in, then what he or she do, that is respect to her only. But at the end of the day, in the background, there is only one OS which is sourcing to operate either here or here. You cannot see what you made here in here. You cannot see what you made here or here. But OS is only one at the background. Same way, server is only one. The various credentials as a client. So client is an independent identity which will be given to a domain, and they perform their activities which will not affect other clients for other domestic activities. So a client is made for an independent operations, multiple clients for multiple operations without disturbing others. But you can exchange information from client to client. Developer develops, it moves to the testing system. Test approves, the application moves to the functional system. And here we configure, that will be given access to the end users to run their day-to-day transactions. And on the background, admin has a control of all the clients to handle the issues if anything relevant to the applications. So here we are using 800 client for training. This is a sandbox system which has every activity organized, where we can do everything for learning purpose, you people for testing purpose, anything is possible. So don't tell when you're suddenly during your interview, if you have been asked which client you log in, don't say 800. Then the interview tell from which institute you are. Make up in your mind some number in 700 SQL or some number in 500 SQL. So make up in your mind 503. Suddenly, if you have been asked, tell 503 is my client for functional where I log in. And stick to that number. What is the purpose of the client you understood? Now comes the understanding of username. During the live project, you will get the restricted user access. So what is restricted user access? Limited access. What is your job role? You get access for only those activities, not anything else. You cannot move openly. But here, what I am doing, I am giving all my trainees super user access. Super user access means you get an opportunity to move anywhere in the server, no restrictions. Because if I give you a restricted user, you cannot step into other modules for setting up the cross functionality relevant areas. But when you get the super user, you get into your module areas, also you get into other module areas to complete the sales cycle setup in the SAP system. So I am explaining every point to you all. చిన్న చిన్న పాయింట్స్ కూడా నేను ఫోకస్ చేస్తూ అన్ని ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తున్నాను. So that you will not be, what you say, lagged in any point of not speaking on any area. నిజంగా మీరు వర్క్ చేస్తుంటే ఎంత మెచ్యూర్గా మాట్లాడతారో, that point is a focus here. Subject, environment, everything. So छोटे से छोटे चीज़ों को भी बहुत effectively I am explaining so that you are organized on every point. All right, done. So that's about your username. And remember, password, it is case sensitive. If you type the wrong password, it will allow for 3 times. If you enter wrong password, but after that it will be getting logged. Again, you need to call the server provider and you need to unlock it. It takes some time. But during the live project, if you do that, so there may be sometime an escalation. Either you are trying to log in or somebody is trying to log in, admin will check and then he releases. So be careful when you're giving the password. How the way it is been given, type the same way. If it is alphanumerical, give as it is. If it is has have some caps, go accordingly. But please enter the correct password. Be careful. Username can be any way, it can be capital letters or small letters. But password need to be very careful. So that's about your initial screen, about the purpose of the client, username, password, a language. Default it is set in the database as English. So even though you enter or not, it takes English only. So that's a introduction about the screen of SAP. Now here I've been explaining. I just opened the screen and explaining from a very long time. Now if I give my username and password and enter, it just keep compiling, buffing, but it will not move ahead. ఒక స్క్రీన్ని ఓపెన్ చేసి ఏమి యాక్టివిటీస్ చేయకుండా కొంతసేపు అలా వదిలిపెడితే ఆ స్క్రీన్ అనేది ఎక్స్పైర్ అయిపోతుంది. సో అది మనం లాగిన్ అవ్వని సర్వర్ డిస్కనెక్ట్ అయిపోతుంది. సో ఐ నీడ్ టు రీఓపెన్ ద స్క్రీన్ అగైన్ అండ్ లాగిన్. ఓకే, when you leave the screen idle without doing any activity, the screen will get expired. So you cannot log in again with the username and password. So it get disconnects. You need to re-log it. Okay, understand this point here. So what I do now, I'll close this screen. Again, freshly I'll select continue. Now here I give my username and the password. Now this is your SAP Easy Access, the front end screen. So please understand everybody here. SAP got two phases. SAP Easy Access, that is this, and the backend SAP IMG screen. So easy access, this is a front end user work area. IMG, this is a core consultant work area. So who is our client? Who is our client? Anybody? Grasim.
Grasim, sir.
Yes, Grasim. Very good. So Grasim is our client. So we need to get into the SAP screen and start setting up everything over here first. That is what you're learning. Your focus is how to learn the consultant work, how to set up an SAP system for a client. There are so many people who don't understand what is the difference between the IMG and Easy Access, and the course is completed. That's how people are training outside. I feel very pity. So clarity is very important. IMG is the core consultant work area. Easy Access is the end user work area. Now, when I get into the layout, you understand, okay, this is customizing. When I get into your layout, you understand, okay, this is end user job. Then your focus is organized. So just right click, left click, and keep go on means you may be learning, but it is for what? It is for whose? These are the very, very important points which you need to remember. And these points tells opposite person to understand you are a genuine guy or you are a fake guy or you do have really subject knowledge or not. Okay, so please understand this effectivity. Done. So anything we start, it starts from your IMG screen. Later, after you set up, then we also go to the end user screen to see the execution. That is all about output. So I was operating the SAP system, showing you my previous batch trainees thought structures, maybe Panasonic, maybe HLL, maybe Suzuki. So first we have been set up that all in IMG screen. Then I was showing you all the output of the front end. When you set up everything, then you see the output like that. That was our explanation. So for Grassens, we are starting in the IMG screen. What is IMG, sir? IMG stands for Implementation Guide. IMG stands for Implementation Guide. Okay. So the setup of the company's infrastructure is all about the implementation guide. So you understood now what activities we do in easy access, what activities we do in IMG screen. What is easy access? End user front end work area. What is IMG? Core consultant work area. Okay, done. To understand this first difference. Now here, how to go to IMG screen? Tools. After you log into the SAP screen, you are in the easy access. Then click on tools here. Under tools, we have ABAP workbench. The technical guy will work. Administration, the admin will work. Customizing, that is what is our functional job. So customizing, after this you'll find IMG. IMG stands for implementation guide. Then we have execute project. SPRO is a T code. Now remember, to get into an application in SAP, we have two ways. Number one, by T code. That is SPRO is a T code. Number two, by path. That is tools, customizing, IMG, SPRO, execute path. So remember, the first knowledge is path. The secondary is T code. Why I given the T code as secondary? If you want, I can modify the T code, but I cannot modify the path. So as you go on, you go by shortcut. T code is a shortcut. So first, I prefer my trainees to learn the path. T code, even though I don't tell you, it shows over there. But path, nobody can until you learn it. Nobody teaches the path. Nowhere it's shown the path. Even though you're searching online, Google with some, it will be shown by T code. Go to this, but it will not show the path. Some it may. Why I'm telling this? Suppose when you join the project in the middle, if the T codes are being modified by the administrator, you type the T code of default, it may not respond. So you need to wait till the functional specs given to you. You need to wait till the what to say the uh, documentation of the client infrastructure prepared given to you. So it will take some time. right? So please understand, everybody, learn right from the scratch so that you will not face any inconvenience during your job, during your interview. Okay, kindly wait. Done. So please wait. Screen is getting refreshed. Okay. So SPRO execute project, double click on it. SAP customizing work list, SAP reference IMG. So click on SAP reference IMG. So here, this is the backend screen of SAP, SAP customizing implementation guide. You name a module, you can see over here. Okay, you name a module, you can see over here.
So screen got
It is
disappeared.
getting refreshed. Please wait. Kindly wait, please. Okay. So this is all about SAP customizing implementation guide. You name a module we have here. This is the core backend screen where every consultant will come here. If you are dealing with SD, you get into SD area. If you're dealing with finance, you get into the finance area. If you're dealing with production, you go to production area. So every module, you name a module, it is over here. Okay. So on the board, what you have seen, the hierarchy of the, somehow the screen is getting refreshed multiple times. So it takes sometimes it happens when the GoToMeeting services are getting refreshed or any updates are happening. It happens sometime very rarely. So kindly bear. Okay. No, I was talking about organization model, organization structure, organization master data, enterprise structure. With any name you speak the same thing. I was given all the namings, and latestly we say as enterprise structure. So I was writing this enterprise structure on the board since yesterday and till few minutes before. Now this how to set up in the screen you are going to understand now. See here. Okay. Now here you can see that is your SAP customizing layout. We have enterprise structure here. So enterprise structure, if you explore, now watch me carefully here. You got a definition phase, you got an assignment phase, you got a consistency check phase. So definition, you have financial accounting, logistics general, sales and distribution, materials management, logistics execution. So if I just click on the drop down under financial accounting, we need to set up the company, we need to set up the company code. Okay, if I go to logistics general, I should set up the plant, I should set up the division. If I go to sales and distribution, I should set up the sales org, distribution, office, and group. If I go to materials management, I should set up the store and location. If I set up the, if I go to logistics execution, I should set up the warehouse and plant. Now kindly everybody understand, under financial accounting, just wait, under financial accounting, under logistics general, under sales and distribution, under materials management, under logistics execution. Because you are seeing the complete LE execution. So we got to set up the company. We got to set up the company code. Sir, why we are going to finance? Until you set up the company and company code, to what you connect the sales. So cross functionalities I'm saying, other module interface I'm saying, right from the day one, right from the first topic, when you are setting up your module relevant area, what all the other module areas need to be connected, you are learning all of them. Why you are learning all of them? As versions change, we will not get any backup defaults in SAP. So when nothing is there, you should know how to set up a module completely. సో ఏ స్టాండర్డ్ సిస్టంలో లేకుండా మన ఓన్ స్వతహాగా కస్టమైజ్ చేయాలి అంటే ఈ అదర్ మాడ్యూల్స్కి సంబంధించిన ఏరియాస్ని కూడా మనం చేసుకుంటూ వెళ్ళాలి. దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ యు ఆర్ లెర్నింగ్ అన్ ఎక్స్ట్రా స్కిల్ సెట్, దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ ఈస్ అన్ అప్డేటెడ్ నౌ. సో ఎవ్రీ ఎంప్లాయీ నీడ్ టు హ్యావ్ ఎ గుడ్ క్రాస్ ఫంక్షనాలిటీ అండర్స్టాండింగ్. Every interviewer expecting this as on today in the current job market. So that's why you are learning these activities of other module, so that you get the end-to-end exposure of your module in SAP with the clarity of O to C. In our module, little bit more I have included because it is all about SD. Until these all are connected, you cannot see the operations of sales. All right. So plant and division. Plant for manufacturing point of view. Plant is not connected, from where you get the stock in this sales location, who is sourcing the stock in this outlet. Office and group, about the your sales location, and sales group is all about your people, your virtual office premises, geographical location, outlets. Storage location, the internal stock point within the plant for stock recognizing. Warehouse, external stock point, shipping point for transportation. So I'm just giving you a clarity of index what we're going to customize in enterprise structure. So topic wise we'll discuss like this. Topic wise we will understand on the board. Then we set up one by one in the system. Today we completed the yesterday's hierarchy what we have started yesterday, which was incomplete. We completed that, understanding the hierarchy, followed by you all understood how to log into the SAP screen. You got the clarity about the front end screen. You got the clarity about the back end screen. And in enterprise structure, what we set up, what I've written on the board, how we explored in the SAP screen, you understood. Now I haven't been to this application by path, sorry, T code, right? Now here you can see the transaction SPRO it shows. Can you see here? It is very down. Transaction SPRO. Even though I don't tell you the T code, you yourself can understand and see after you get into an application. Okay. So the program what we're running, the user through which we log in, the client in which I am, this instance, what is this? You get every information. So transaction is SPRO. All right. Understand this. So just pull this if it is hidden and just show explore NSP here. In my system it is NSP. In your screen, whatever you have a down arrow pointer, explore, you'll get the transaction down. Okay. So that's about the introduction to the screen and the layout. About the icons, you'll get the clarity. This is to go back. This is to exit. This is to cancel. I'm here in one screen. I want to open another screen. You can click on create new GUI window. Parallelly, you can open 6 screens. Okay, the beauty in SAP, even though you forget, just place the cursor over there. It will tell you exit, back, cancel, open a new screen. I click on this. A fresh new window will be open. See, again I click on this. Again a fresh new window will be open. Like this, 6 screens you can open. Still, as we go on, you understand everything in much more detail. Now, one by one we do. For example, define company. Now here there are so many already in the system. Trainees like you did and me for training. So first, one by one, go to G alphabet. It can be a numerical, it can be alphabetical, it can be alphanumerical. It's not case sensitive. The short name from the for the company it accepts 6 letters. అది న్యూమరికల్ ఉండొచ్చు, ఆల్ఫాబెటికల్ ఉండొచ్చు, ఆల్ఫాన్యూమరికల్ ఉండొచ్చు. Okay, so I go to G alphabet. G. Do anybody made by name Grasim? So what I suggest everybody, if somebody is made with, say for example, I want to do Grasim. If somebody is made with Grasim, I will change my naming, because don't do a company which is already there. Somewhere other way it get clashes. Okay, sir, whatever I want to do, all are found. Create with your name. So somebody I suggested with Ganesh. So if you want to create again with Ganesh, again there may be problem. Change some other name. So luckily Grasms is not being used in the server which I am using. So I can take the company and Grasms and start setup. Okay. So new entries. So we are setting everything right from the scratch. Nothing used from the defaults of SAP. So here I say GRASIM. Luckily, my company fits into. If my company name is Panasonic, then I say PANSNC. Make it fit into that. If your company is Dell, fine. Let it take Dell only. The maximum length of the short name is 6 letters for the company. So you should manage your name within that. It can be 1 letter or 2 letter or 3 letter or 4 letter or maximum 6 letters. So don't worry on that. Grasim. I say Grasim PVT Ltd Private Limited detail name. Name 2. If your company is having second name, you can give. For example, HLL, Hindustan Levers Limited, also known as Hindustan Unilevers Limited. That means they got the second name. So ఏ నేమ్ తో ఇచ్చిన సిస్టమ్ లో డీటెయిల్స్ చూపించాలి. So it is not must every company should have a second name. So if you have, so you give. Don't have, ignore. Who will tell all this? Client. Okay. So everything is told by the client. It's not you or I who decides. During the live project, client మనకి అన్ని డీటెయిల్స్ ఇస్తాడు. అవి మనం ఇక్కడ ఫుల్ఫిల్ చేసుకుంటాం. You should know how to do it. What to be given, it will be given. See, I always say one example. మనం ఒక కొత్త కంపెనీ జాయిన్ అవుతే మనము మన పేరు, మన కాంటాక్ట్ నెంబర్, మన ఈమెయిల్ ఐడి, మన బ్లడ్ గ్రూప్, మన పర్మనెంట్ అడ్రస్, టెంపరీ అడ్రస్ అన్ని మనం ఇస్తేనే కదా వాడు మెయింటైన్ చేసుకునేది. అంతేగాని మన కంపెనీ జాయిన్ కానీ మన కొత్త పేరుతో వాడు పెట్టాడు కదా. పెడతాడు, ఏంటది ఎంప్లాయీ ఐడి. So here also when you are implementing SAP into a company will give their naming, their address, their details all. Here it is our assumption. So I give some street number 45, post box number, give some number, 6 letter. I give the same 6 letter number. Your city I say Mumbai. Country, I say India. For few, we have dropped down here. If we say IN, it gives India. If we click on this, you name a country we have. So select the country accordingly. I say India. Language, English. ఇట్లా పేజ్ ఆన్ పేజ్ ఐకాన్ వస్తే డ్రాప్ డౌన్ ఉన్నట్టు. అడ్రస్కి డ్రాప్ డౌన్ ఉండదు బికాస్ దట్ ఇస్ ఇండిపెండెంట్. పోస్టల్ కోడ్ వీటికి ఉండవు, సిటీకి ఉండవు. కంట్రీ లిస్ట్ ఆఫ్, languages list of, currency list of. So these are defaults in the SAP system. After you type, you'll get the confirmation here. Now you click on save. So once you click on save, you'll get a pop-up. Ikkada it is showing Bajaj because I was doing Bajaj for my previous company. I mean previous batch, I mean to say. So when you log in with your username, this will be coming as blank. This blank question. So here, please understand, you need to create a prompt for customizing request. It's a one time doable. One time doable. Click on this. Okay. Double click on this. This allows you to create a request. Sir, why we should create a request? See, simple example I'll give you. కొత్త laptop కొన్నారు మీరు. You purchased a new laptop. And first time you logged into your laptop and you've been to internet and you downloaded some software. Where that software should go and save? You should give the downloading path, right? Use C drive or D drive or F drive. From there onwards, whenever you download something, it will go and save there, right? The same way, this is your new user ID. You're logging with into SAP with your new user ID. So whatever you're customizing by login with your username, it should get saved in a folder kind of in the database, so that when you got to move the data from one client to other client, you give the request ID what you generated in which you save to the administrator, they transfer. So finally ఇక్కడ రిక్వెస్ట్ ఐడి వచ్చేస్తుంది ఆటోమేటిక్గా మనం ఇప్పుడు క్రియేట్ చేయగానే. మనం ఏవైతే కస్టమైజ్ చేస్తున్నామో ఆ రిక్వెస్ట్లో వెళ్ళి సేవ్ అవుతుంది. సో ఫ్యూచర్లో ఏమైనా మైగ్రేట్ చేయాలన్నా ఈ రిక్వెస్ట్ ఐడి అడ్మినిస్ట్రేటర్కి ఇస్తే వాడు డేటా మైగ్రేషన్ చేసుకుంటాడు. సో హియర్ we don't migrate anything. But when this pop-up comes up, why? What is the purpose? You should know. And it's a one-time doable. Remember. So here I click on this create request and I give here Asim. I'll save it. So it generates an alphanumerical number. Save it. So successfully I have been set up the company in the SAP database. Right? So that's how you going to set up every application with every details field by field we are going to set up. So today being first day, it took some time to explain about the layout of SAP. And still I'll explain each and every icon in detail. Being for the very first day, I just shown you one activity. I just want to show you one activity today, so that if you got the server access, start working on it. Now before you start working in the server, first you prepare this hierarchy for yourself. Grasims I made. Don't do Grasims from your side. Take some other company. Maybe an automobile, maybe a textile based, maybe a pharma based, maybe an FMCG based, maybe a consumer durable based. Either of these could. If worst the worst, you create a company by your own name. Ravi Private Limited, Kiran Private Limited, Ram Private Limited. Anyway, you make. I give some product, maybe a laptop, maybe a mobile, maybe a chocolate, maybe a biscuit, maybe a shirt, anything you give. Think creatively. Your creativity is nothing but somewhere it is requirement. All right. So your creative thought should be within this limitation. Don't think beyond. సిస్టంలో రాకెట్ ఎగరేస్తా అంటే కాదు కదా. So Understand as per the system point of view, understand as per the company's landscape point of view, understand as per the business operations point of view. So first you prepare this for you, that is for your assignment. Then show following this, get into the system and do it. So today following this chart, I prepared the first activity company setup in the system. Tomorrow you see company code, sales organization, distribution, plant and division. Then followed by day after tomorrow, the rest of areas. So by Wednesday, we'll complete the definition part. Thursday, you'll see the assignment part. And by the end of Thursday or the beginning of Friday's class, you will see the same hierarchy of graphisms in the SAP screen lively. And then we'll move on to the next topic for understanding first, and then scenarios, then how to set up in the SAP screen. All right. So thank you all, and see you all in tomorrow's session. Till then, keep working on till date happen. Please go through all the recordings of till date for a better impact. Follow yesterday's and today's recording in sequel so that you'll get a best clarity. Follow today's and tomorrow's sequel so that you'll get tomorrow's session best clarity. So connect previous session to the current session so you'll get every best clarity. All right. Thank you all. Please use the same link to join every day. This link will go for a long time. Every day the link will not change. Please use the same link to join tomorrow. Don't think I'm going to send you another link. So same link, please save this meeting link and do join with it on time. I'll start the meeting at least 2 to 3 minutes before so that everybody can join. So 7:25 odd the meeting will be on. So do join so that we can start on time. Thank you everybody.